Hey there, my beautiful Cancer. I want to announce that the winner and receiver of spotlight attention here in this reading is Mrs. Janice Ortiz. Janice asked such a great question about money. I selected her question to be the star of this particular reading. So thank you, Janice, for writing in. So what we have here is a situation where Janice says, what can I do to stop mindless spending? I just love getting things. And even though it gets me in trouble, and even though I may not be able to pay a bill or my rent, I can't resist certain things. Okay, and I thought, oh my goodness, I can relate to that, and I bet others can also. So that is the heart of our reading. I have brought all kinds of gold and copper into the reading, as well as the elements. We have the seashells for water, we have the feather for the air, we have fire, of course, and we have this beautiful citrine crystal that is illustrates the power buried in our own earth. This is a mandala that I created from found objects. I have found well over 200 pennies in the last few months, always at the railroad track. Well, almost always. And so I also found this piece from some kind of machine that drew my attention. And so I put the Susan B. Anthony dollar in here, a dollar coin, as just an extra sense of the balance between the silver and the gold. Okay, so if you are a person who struggles controlling your spending, you are in the right place. Now I just picked up the deck. This card wants to stay, so we are going to use it. And then let me just move our mandala over here. I want to keep it in view. Move my Cancer over here a little bit. Okay. And let's see what else. What does the energy of money have to communicate to our dear Cancer? Oh, it's raining. Okay, it's raining gold cards, and I would say that what I'm sensing is it's raining gold. So somewhere in your consciousness, Cancer, in a place that you can't access, there's an overwhelming flood that's coming your way. Okay, so let me just slow down. Give these electric cards a chance to show us what else do you have for us to get our Cancers into this flow. Thank you. What does our beautiful Cancer need to know? What is the data that will give them the clues that they need? They're on an investigation. Where is the good? Where is the good? What do you have for our Cancers? Okay, thank you. Okay, and this card just wanted to move, so I'm going to set it over here. We'll read that after a bit. Okay, I set these aside. And let's take a peek. The Emperor. Glow up energy. Boss energy. Two of Pentacles. Let's set this up. I'll just, you know what, I'm going to put it right under the stone here. And then, oh, the Empress. Cancer, listen, the rest of the signs are going to be jealous. They're going to want to tune in. This is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, this combination of cards is very auspicious right now, because I have clients in India, so thank you for my beautiful Indian clients. It's a festival of Ganesh coming. Ganesh is on my ring. I think Dr. V said it's tomorrow, and this group of cards is so encouraging. It's so inspirational to me, because Cancer, you guys feel so deeply. It's hard for you sometimes to do the hard thing because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. How many times have you been in relationships with people where I just want that to be even. You're in relationships and you know you could be treated more fairly. But the fact is their life is just going downhill. And if you are honest with them, it might make it worse. I'm a Scorpio and I struggle with this issue. But Cancers, you have to stop being afraid of hurting your own feelings. You're afraid of hurting other people, right? So we want to flip that around, juggle it around, so that you can see and feel and experience just how real it is for you to hurt your own feelings. This is a really fun reading for me to look at. The Two of Pentacles is the balance around finances, right? We have the ships on the sea back here that are in rocky water. I did a reading for Virgo, and they had the Three of Wands in that reading. And that is a master who's looking out at a still sea. And it has that energy of making it through. This character isn't quite sure what to do and really teaches us to have a lightness about it. Light on our feet, sense of humor, don't take things too seriously. And remember, in the beginning of any endeavor, it's just a lot of effort. Mark Cuban is on the Shark Tank, and he has said, if you haven't gone through a month of peanut butter and crackers, you don't know what it's like to be an entrepreneur, because there are times you have to manage your money in such a way that you make $10 out of every $1 and stretch things, stretch how you use money so that you have plenty to invest toward your future, okay? With the internet right now, there's so much available, wonderful information for you that will support whatever it is that you need to learn to balance what you know about money and to do something about it, okay? So before I draw, I'm going to draw from the career and life deck here in a second, but I just want to hold up each of these cards, and I'm going to say, look at that Emperor. Calm, cool, calm, and collected. This is what money wants with you. Money wants a relationship that feels cool, calm, and collected, ready to take action, but in no hurry, okay? And then let's look at our beautiful Two of Pentacles here. The Two of Pentacles is here to just say, look, you've got to balance work and play. I know you want to live the experience of a wealthier person. You wouldn't come to this reading if you didn't. But the fact is that finding easy, fun, relaxed things to do in your current situation will help you balance the energy and make quicker progress, all right? And then let's take a peek at our Empress. The Empress is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It makes me so excited because it's harvest time. Can you see the wheat in the foreground? And she's often pictured pregnant. And she's sitting on those royal red robes, which are significant because it shows that she's coming forward from her family of origin. She's coming forward, not carrying any of the drama from the past. Just let it go behind her. Carry through. See the flowers? She's carrying through on her gown the best of how she was raised. And she's using the blank space to continue creating something brand new. Okay? So let's move on and let's add our second row. These are the career and life cards, and these cards will give us a little bit more data about what action steps are important, or how do you access this couple. Talk about a power couple showing up in a money reading. Sorry, this card threw itself on the floor. These are the cards, Cancer, are very, I want to use the word electric. They're just popping. And I got my third card. Oh. Honestly, the cards are just jumping all over the place. So I'm so glad that you are here for this reading today. Let's take a peek at what else we have. And so here we have cutting ties. You may need to, you may need to leave your current position and look for something better. Ending a job does not mean burning bridges. Go with grace. Okay, wonderful. I really like how the Emperor and this card fit together, because a wise leader does not wound and hurt others in transition. Sometimes you have to be abrupt or make quick decisions, but the Emperor knows the wisdom of don't burn your bridges. You never know who's going to come into your future with some kind of tool that you need, a collaboration that works for the two of you. So be very careful when you do cut those necessary ties. People skills. The thing about you is, Cancer, darling, is you do have the personality. There are people that are drawn to you like a magnet, and each one of you, I'm sure, could tell me a story and say, Catherine, I want to tell you. What you're saying is true. People are drawn to me in ways that I don't understand. And so you have a flair for working well with others. You could be a diplomat, counselor, salesperson, or head of a company. So even though you might be in the healing arts, or you might have a job that is so much pleasure that you don't mind that it pays not quite enough, you know what I mean? But it brings in your savings account of joy, it's overflowing. But you're just not quite getting enough juice, to support your life. This people skills, this ability to sell yourself and really attract customers, buyers, vendors, whatever you're looking for, is very strong. The playful part of your personality, people do like it when you do kid around. You've got a great sense of humor, and it endears you to people. And then good luck. Man, Cancer, ooh, doggies. Good luck. Your fortune is improving, and you will get a lucky break soon. Collect nuggets of wisdom. You will need them in the near future. Have you been finding feathers? Have you been finding coins? Have you bought a lottery ticket? The Cancer, my friend, you are in the right place at the right time. You can thank Janice, because she is the instigator. She won this reading for the collective, and I couldn't be more happy for you, Janice. Now, let's move on to our tapping. There is a tapping map on the community page, and you can find it over there. However, if you wish, oh wait, look, I forgot. Bonus card. Thank you, Spirit, for letting me know before we get to our tapping. This is the card that was just put itself out there. It wanted to come to the reading, so let's see what we have. The Hanged Man. Beautiful energy. This is slow down, right? Slow down. Consider. Think. Receive. Go into that portal of wisdom and soak it up. What is it that you really want to manifest right now? What is it that you can't see how, but you really want a breakthrough in the money arena? Write it down if you've got something there, because this is such there's an energetic window here that's going to really help you with some breakthroughs. So let's get into it here. There's really no bad news here in this reading. So you might say to me, well, what's the problem? Well, the problem is, do you have what you want yet? I have a feeling that it's hard for you to think of being this, even to yourself. And with the overspending, these two are boss, but they're not in the 3D reality. These energies are on the inside of you, and they're waiting for you to stop what you're doing now and listen. Okay, so I'm going to tap on the side of my hand. You can just tap. Once we get to that level, when we go to the next step, you're free to tap on your wrists together just like this. You could cross your arms and tap your shoulders. That would be good too. Or you can follow my script. Let's go for it. Okay, from my friend Brad Yates over there at EFT with Brad. Tap with Brad. Repeat after me. I'm taking responsibility for my own energy. Good. Okay, repeat after me. Even though there's a part of me that believes that I am ready, there's another part of me that says I'm not so sure. Just take a look at my life. And even though that's a huge conflict inside of me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And even though there's a part of me that is more than capable of sitting on the throne of my life, there's another part of me that is firmly against that idea. And even though I have felt this conflict for years, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I want to buy things and I don't want someone to say no, there's a part of me that does not agree with that. And even though that's a major conflict for me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Good. And before we continue with the script, I'm just noticing this beautiful harvest again. You know, this waiting that you've been doing. Fall is around the corner here in the U.S., and there's this harvest time energy. So let's grab it on the eyebrow point. I wish I could change it. The side of the eye. I wish I could put it down forever. Underneath the eye. I've done that before. Underneath the nose. With alcohol, chin, or any other bad habit. Collarbone. Where I reached a point at the rib where I said to myself, underneath the arm, no more. Top of the head, but putting a limit on my spending just doesn't feel right. Eyebrow. It feels too complete. Side of the eye. It feels closed. Underneath the eye. Restricted. Underneath the nose. It feels awful. Chin. I want to buy what I want to buy exactly when I want it. Collarbone. I don't care what you're telling me, Catherine. Rib point. I want it and I want it now. Underneath the arm. No, I don't. Top of the head. No, I don't. Eyebrow. I want to travel. Side of the eye. I want to raise my lifestyle a bit. Underneath the eye. I want to pay off all of my bills easily. Underneath the nose. If I had extra money, chin, it would be so fun. Collarbone. If I had extra money, rib point, that had no other assignment, underneath the arm, I know exactly what I would do with it. Top of the head. When I think how good it'll feel. Eyebrow. When I can do that thing. Side of the eye. I wonder if it'll feel as good. Underneath the eye. Then the freedom to buy. Underneath the nose. It makes me feel free to buy. Chin. But I suppose I could find some other ways. Collarbone. I want money to be an ally. Rib point. I don't want to be afraid of money. Underneath the arm. I want to repair the relationship. Top of the head. The truth is I'm ready for a big change. Okay, good. That's great. Okay, let's take a breath. Release a sigh. Another breath. Good, good. Now tap in the center of your chest. I release to the cellular level any vows or promises that have been spoken over me or in generations past that have aligned me with poverty and neglect. I release to the core of my being any ancient beliefs that are separating me from the flow that is rightfully mine. I release back through ancestors, generation upon generation, any self-labeling habits that would speak against my my abundant financial destiny. And I receive all that the divine has for me with gratitude and appreciation. Okay, good. And now putting your hand right on your chest where you were tapping. And then as if your palm could breathe right into your heart, let's take a couple of breaths. And one more breath. Excellent. Good. Okay. Repeat after me. I am so happy and joyful now that I realize who showed up at my card reading today. I am so relieved and appreciative of the wisdom that has come to me through a variety of resources about how to use money mindfully. Good. I am so happy and thankful now that I can tap on these words as often as I want to change my frequency when it comes to money. I am happy and grateful now that I can tap in to this spirit we created today anytime I want. This is going to turn everything into magnetic energy. Good. Okay, Cancer, this is really a cool reading. I never expected cards like this to come forth. So definitely listen to this. I would listen to it every day for 7 days. I really would, because for these cards to show up like this, there's such a thin film between you and a major breakthrough. And the tapping will work for you. Even if you don't feel it's true at the moment, the resonance of the cards and the reading will definitely lift you to a different vibe when it comes to your money situation. All right? Go forth and prosper, my dear Cancer. We'll see you next time.